Shalom, and welcome back to B'nai Noach Academy, Thoughts on Life. Please remember to hit the like button, to subscribe, and most importantly, to share this insight and inspiration with friends and family. So, as the New Year's comes along, everybody, or almost everybody, makes resolutions. And perhaps you're not laughing yet, but the biggest joke, sadly, are New Year's resolutions. Now, the question is why? The people making the resolutions, are they delusional while they're making the resolutions? Are they lying? Are they lying to themselves? Because we all know why this is such a sad joke. Because for the most part, almost all, or at least the majority of the quote New Year's resolutions are not kept, are not ever fulfilled, and they go nowhere. So that question is, what exactly is the reason? Now, why is it important to know the reason? Because when you know the reason for the problem, the root of the problem, you can eliminate it, and then you can make the proper resolutions that will stick, that will hold. I believe that the resolutions don't stick, they don't hold, for the following reason. And I'm not telling you this because I am so smart, but because I've experienced it. And when I realized what I'm doing year and year again, when it comes to Rosh Hashanah, the real New Year, and I make resolutions, and they don't last, they don't stick, they don't hold, I figured out what the reason is, what the problem is, at least for myself. And once I corrected it, my resolutions became meaningful. They became real because they were realistic. They were designed to last. Let me explain. You see, most people, when they're in a moment of inspiration, a moment of excitement, a moment of great ambition, they make a resolution. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. They really mean it. They're not delusional. They're not lying to themselves. They really are sincere about it. They have every intention of doing it. But remember, on the day that you're making that resolution, say if it's New Year's, you're not working. You're not dealing with the regular day-to-day life grind. Also, you're not dealing with the day-to-day problems. Right now, you're in a euphoric state. Either you had a couple of drinks, or you've just been off a day or two from work, or you're going to be off tomorrow. You're with friends, you're with family, you're partying. You're in a different place. You're not taking into account the next week, the 2 weeks later, the 3 weeks later, the 3 months later, when that excitement, that inspiration had long worn off, and you're in the daily grind, and you have everything and so many things going on. You are bombarded from all sides with all kinds of issues and all kinds of matters, good and challenging, whatever, but your time is occupied. Your brain is occupied. Your energy sometimes is even depleted. Then you're not in the same place at all where you were when you made the resolution. And that's why the resolution doesn't stick, because the grandiose resolution you made is just unattainable in the reality that you live in on the day-to-day. And that's what I realize for myself. When I am on the height of my spiritual excitement, say on Rosh Hashanah, on the real New Year's, or on Yom Kippur, and I make a resolution, I really intend it. I really mean it. I feel so spiritually uplifted. But remember, I'm in synagogue. I'm wrapped in my prayer shawl. I'm in a different place. I'm not sitting in traffic at that moment. I'm not dealing with bills. I'm not dealing with a broken refrigerator, with a flat tire, with problems at work, with this, with that, with the other thing, with the children, with getting to school, with carpool and everything that goes with it. And therefore, when I make that resolution, I sincerely believe if every single day of the year looked like that day, yes, I indeed, I will be fulfilling that resolution. I will be carrying it out. The problem is the rest of life doesn't look that way. And that's when I came to the realization, better make the small resolutions, the tiny ones, the 5-minute resolutions, the small, what seems small in quantity, but you remember in quality, it's going to be big. Because remember, if I make a resolution that say I'm going to study Torah a half hour a day, and I don't do it, I didn't study anything. But if I make a resolution, which may sound small on paper, that I'm going to study Torah, I'm going to endeavor to study a certain area of the Torah, a certain topic, to add to what I'm already doing, 5 minutes a day. Then, well, come on, Rabbi, what's 5 minutes? 5 minutes is nothing. Well, it doesn't look like a lot. But think about it. If I do those 5 minutes a day, 7 days a week, I now have 35 minutes. That's more than a half hour a day that I intended to do that I didn't do at all. And if you do the mathematics, 35 minutes times 52, I'm going to be accomplishing a lot. Now, who knows? Maybe, some days I'm going to have the time and it's going to be so interesting and exciting that from 5 minutes, I'll go into 10 minutes, I'll go into 50 minutes. But at least I'll have my baseline. I am doing it. And that resolution will not have been just for naught, just some kind of, a bad dream that just never came to fruition. That is my point. That is my advice to you. You make resolutions. I encourage you to do so. You make resolutions, just take little, bite-size resolutions. Even if it's in exercise, in economics, in study, in improving your character traits, whatever it may be, take the smallest measure, but do it. Make a small resolution, which actually, as you well understand by this point, is going to be a big resolution. Because for days, weeks, months, and then years to come, you're going to be doing it. And all because of that small little resolution that you made. And it's going to impact your life forever till the end of your life.